What's up everybody, we're back with another video. Now, in today's video, I want to quickly give you an update on what's gone on in the time that I've been off, just because everything's been so hectic. So, I haven't really filmed anything recently, evidently, and this will be the first video that I'm actually filming since my 3 weeks off. The previous video was filmed prior to taking the time off, I just never got around to editing it. So, let's quickly get into today's video. Before we do, please go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share the videos if you like them, ding the notification bell so you guys get notified when videos come out, and always just keep on enjoying. So some of the first changes that came through were on the cichlid tank. Firstly, everyone is doing great. As you can see, this is the root network for the pothos. This pothos is doing very well. So hopefully this will continue to grow and obviously become huge, and this will invade the tank, and we just want this to just clean up the water. And also hopefully what will happen is I want to prune the roots so they grow primarily towards this side of the aquarium, and what I want it to be is somewhere for the fish to shelter in. Again, they've got the fake plants here that they can now shelter into. They've moved them around a bit because again I couldn't keep live plants in there. I tried. So this is what it actually looks like. It looks pretty nice. And they got plenty of spaces, you know, they can go in between here. There's a lot of space around there for them to go into. And I've seen some of the fish sheltering in them, so it is working. And okay, so the biggest thing you can obviously see is the fact that we've got 2 aerators in here. This was just to keep that water moving. And also, there was so much fish waste collecting on the bottom. At the moment, all you can see, all of these things you can see aren't fish waste. These are parts of the gravel that have been covered up by the sand that have fallen through, and that's completely fine. I just didn't want any fish waste to be trapped in the bottom because I was just fearing an ammonia spike, and so I didn't want that to sit in the aquarium either. I wanted them to be taken out, to be decomposed, so that it wouldn't do anything. The Asian Arrow one is doing absolutely lovely in here. It's great. Okay, he's got a bit of a nip out of his tail, but to be completely honest with you, this tank seems to be doing well. The aggression, it's there, but it's nothing to be worried about. I did have my parrotfish in here at one point. They completely beat him within an inch of his life, so I moved him out of there. He's no longer in this aquarium. But everyone else is doing fine. The Severum's going well with the Vieja, who's going well with all these African cichlids. Yeah, so you've got your basic, very minimal sort of aggression going on here. The only time I've seen the aggression spike was when I added the parrotfish in. Otherwise, this tank is doing absolutely fantastic. Now, moving below, we went ahead and we moved tank number 1 and tank number 2. Now, these tanks are completely empty. This was the tank that used to house the parrotfish. The reason why there's no fish in here is because I haven't put the heaters on yet. I need to get another extension lead just to increase the amount of outlets I've got, but I am running this air filter. I just need to get another sponge filter so that I can run the air tubing through there, and I can put it into here. Then these 2 tanks and the aeration will be running off one system, because this is all it's going to need. This tank, I need to get a light. So what I'm planning on doing is plan on buying a light and putting screws up in here and just hanging them off. So you've just got one big light at the bottom, putting on a timer, making this into another planted aquarium for platies and guppies. And the reason is I want feeder fish for my Florida gar, because my aquarium, my local aquarium, is really having a trouble stocking any fish. They've only recently just got the new tanks in, so it's not going to be probably another month until they start doing live food again, and obviously the gar can't really go that long without food. So I do want to get some bigger fish basically for them to eat, because they are starting to put on some size and they do require more food. And just moving into this aquarium. So beforehand there was a pillar here that was supporting the aquarium. I had to remove it to fit this in. I was thinking about whether to put it in or not, and I decided I'm gonna leave it the way it is. This tank is doing fine up here. There's no cause for concern in terms of the weight, no squeaking, no bowing, no nothing. So this tank is gonna be the quarantine tank moving forward. So any new fish that comes through here will go into this tank. And yeah, I mean, like, it's just concentrated to a small spot, so it's not overly crowded. And obviously there will be lighting with a timer on, so you will be able to see these properly every day. And then you'll see once we do this whole scaping up, it'll be really nice. I've got the lid there so that obviously the wood doesn't go off. But yeah, that's that's the most change I've done really since, oh, too much glare. Since I've taken my time off. Other than doing water changes, I've not really done much with the aquariums. And the reason is I'm just really happy with where my aquariums are at the moment. This one, the ones in there are doing a water change at the moment, so I'm gonna leave them. They'll do a separate video on them moving forward. But I'm just happy with everything, the way that everything has worked out at the moment. And so I've really not messed with anything, tampered, or tried to move around as much as I can. The only tank that's obviously going to get its new upgrade is this tank. That tank is currently just gonna sit there until I get new fish. Obviously, this will be the quarantine tank when I get the new fish in. Assuming they come from the same store, they're all just gonna go in here one together. And the quarantine and final home will just be this tank. Any new fish moving past that will have to go through here. Now this tank, which was the home for the angelfish, which, you know, all of them died and I was very annoyed, is still up and running. And the reason is we've got some shrimp in here and it's gonna be next to impossible to see them because there's no light in this tank anymore. The only thing we've got on this tank is a heater and a filter. And there are, I'm not too sure, I don't know if you can see them. Well, there are maybe 6 or 7 shrimp in here. And I'm not too sure what to do with this tank. I would like to move it, to be honest with you. I don't really have the space to move it anywhere at the moment. So I have a free tank essentially, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. So I have thoughts for this tank, and I need to try and figure out a plan on what to do. I don't know what fish to put in here. That's the thing, because it's not a very big tank. I can't put too many fish. I don't really want fish that can eat these guys. But I do want, you know, this is a tank that's in the living room, so I do want it to be some sort of pleasant. I want to clean it up again, you know, so it is presentable. But again, I actually have to think of what to put in here. I might just do some tetras. But that's pretty much it for today's video. I start my new job in a few days, so money's gonna start rolling in and I'll be able to do the projects I want to do. And I've also got some, not big things coming through, but I definitely have some changes that I want to make that I think everyone will enjoy. So hopefully after September I'll be able to do those changes. I'm thinking whether or not to continue to wrap this stand because it looks like wood basically. But I don't know, I think the main thing that I'm trying to get done at the moment is I'm just waiting for all the plants to start growing and really doing well, because that's just going to improve my water quality and filtration capacity, simply because I love plants. So that's more of a waiting game, like I've said. So yeah, that's really it for today's video. I know it's very insubstantial, but I've just been quite busy just trying to get the job sorted. It was my birthday a couple of weeks back, so I was just doing all of that stuff, so I got really busy. And I was just making plans to do things just before I start doing work. So videos will be coming out more consistently moving forward. But like I said, I do hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys are all keeping safe. And as always, peace out.